So we get a little bit of insight of how the villains of this series are kind of working. Like, you know, what they're truly doing to justify their means of war. So as I predicted multiple episodes back, the enemies that invaded, you know, the capital, they're using their god to justify their means for what they have been doing. They're using their god and their holy scripts to justify brutality, murder, killing, thievery, stuff like that. They're using words of their sacred book to be able to kill people unjustly, and they think it's just. And personally, it just goes to show you certain acts that's actually realistic in humanity. Like, you know, stuff like this did happen. It really did. And once again, I have to note, some series do this, and I always respect series that are willing to go back and do stuff like this. I do, because it's topics not many people like to really talk about, or watch, or write about. And to see how Arslan is willing to dabble into that, I like that. I really do. It's nothing in terms of originality when I've seen in other anime and manga, but when it comes to the theme of it, I do really like those themes, especially with how it's displayed. And it's really fucked up when you go even further in depth with this episode and think about what the true meaning of the burning of the books really meant. See, the dude was very pissed. He was upset because he couldn't kill the queen and king. He was very fucking pissed. And so he decided to just strike back at the entirety of the nation. He decides to burn royal books that have lots and lots of knowledge. And in the dude's speech, the holy priest, or whoever the dude's name is, he says, oh, let's burn all these texts. He justifies it with like, oh, if you get sick, don't fucking worry about that, because if you get sick, that means you have the seed of evil inside of you. And I'm thinking like, but just, you know, one thing, okay, the dude, fuck, he needs to get his head slit off. Just like, fuck. He burns medical books, and then he just, fuck. You know what, I'll be stuck on that. I'm just gonna move past that, because, like, fuck, dude, that's just a retardation in that moment. It's just, like, fucking retarded. I'm sorry, it is. Okay. Anyways, moving on. This episode, besides them burning culture and being stupid, because that's going to cost them in the end, because they burnt medical books, the episode has it to where we meet up with the boy that Arslan met in episode 1. We come face to face with him, and they get to meet up, and for what we could see is both of the characters are very similar to how they used to be in the past. And they're kind of in slightly different situations. You have it to where the blonde-haired boy, he is now in a position to where he is an authority figure, but he's not that big yet. Still, he's in a lot better situation, and it still seems like he has a kind heart, because he doesn't, you know, strike at Arslan, even though he is a noble. Now, of course, you can, you know, argue and say, well, he didn't know that was Arslan, but it's still the point. He let a noble that should have been killed leave. So it just shows you the kindness of the dude. So from the characterization we got in this episode, the boy is very nice. He's probably going to be someone that's going to be an ally to Arslan in the future. I sense something like that. He'll probably be one of those people that'll be like, you know, leading the charge with a holy priest and stuff, and he'll probably be part of Arslan's army, and he'll be talking about the scriptures and stuff like that. But from what we can see is that this series has two main themes going about it. I've noticed in the past episodes, and actually since the beginning of the series, since the first episode, there's two themes going for this series. For one thing, slavery. That's one of the main reoccurring themes in the series, because it's mentioned every single episode. And then the second theme is using God's word to justify your brutality and savagery. That's kind of the two main themes ongoing in Arslan. And take it as you leave it, it's very controversial with how you look at those topics, and depending on how you look at those topics, either A, you're gonna fucking hate it because it's going into something like that, or B, you're gonna love it, or you're gonna stay neutral and you're gonna say, I just don't give a shit. One or the other. So, those are the themes, and from the episode, judging by the way it's going, I feel like what is really going to be the main conclusion of this series, when Arslan rises to power, is he's going to abolish slavery. Like, slavery is going to be completely gone. It's going to be fucking gone. And after that, too, he's probably going to have it to where someone tells the scriptures of God. For instance, his friend he met in episode 1, the blonde-haired boy, and he's probably going to appoint him as a high priest. I'm willing to bet something like that's going to happen, because those are the two things that really need to be fixed, because culture is being burnt, and people need to realize everybody has freedom to do what they want, and they should have freedom to believe in what they want. I mean, that's culture. It's human will. And to see that, it's just, that's something that I think the main themes are trying to focus on and try to develop towards the ending, because right now, there's a lot of issues in the kingdom, because, see, right now it's kind of like a holy war going on. You have it to where these people are invading the capital because, like, you know, they're trying to justify their god, and then also the slaves were one of the main issues of our side because they were turned into slavery. So both of those things need to be fixed, and when they get restructured, I feel like Arslan will become a very good king, and probably the series will come to its conclusion. So, moving on. When it came to the progression of the story, I guess you could say we got to see the face of the White Mask. We got to see half his face is burnt. He looks pretty fucking scary looking, but he looks badass. He reminds me of a couple characters of Full Metal Alchemist, actually. And I know the artist of Full Metal Alchemist, you know, did the art for this series. So, yeah, I know. I'm just saying, just a lot of the character designs just remind me so much of characters from Full Metal Alchemist. It's scary as fuck. After I sit down and watch Full Metal Alchemist and then I look at this series, I just see so many characters that look so similar, like, you know, Colonel Mustang and stuff like that. So it's scary. It's very fucking scary. Animation-wise, animation of the episode, there was some derps here and there, not just CGI-wise, there was some derps here and there throughout the episode, especially when it came to Arslan's face in the background, or when it came to Narcissus and them when they're walking through the street, but nothing too bad that was horrible. The only thing that was really horrible in this episode, as always, was the fucking CGI. And I think anyone, even half blind or even blind, can notice the CGI, how bad it is in some scenes. Especially with the horses at the beginning of the episode when, you know, they were on the path walking through the forest. Those horses, ew. Ew, 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 ooh, 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 ooh. Oh shit. It's disgusting, man. Fucking disgusting. But besides that, episode, fucking loved it. I like this series. I really do. It's a shocking series I've enjoyed. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it or not. I don't think I have, and I don't know how many of you know about it. But from what I heard is this series is going to have 24 episodes. I've heard it's going to have like 24 or 25 episodes from what I've been hearing from Chibits. And I don't know if some know, because I thought the series was only going to be 12 or 13 episodes from what I heard. But from what I've been told last week and a couple weeks now is that it's going to be 24 or 25 episodes. So if you have yet to hear that, that's very fucking good news, yeah. But I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just letting you know. So that's about it. I mean, episode, very good. I loved it. A very good morning. A very good anime to watch on a Sunday. So tell me your thoughts. Love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.